New batsman is the West Indies captain Brian Lara. Played here on Friday and was run out without facing a ball. Very alert running. Clayton Lambert really has been very impressive since he's come in to the West Indies side. He's a very experienced cricketer, of course. He's been around for a long time. Caught behind. So the two openers gone, one after the other. Wallace and now Lambert caught behind. Had a little bit extra on that from Headley. They're 27 for 2.
Well, Dean Headley's got some extra pace here, and the ball's seamed away. Thick outside edge from Lambert. A good catch by Alex Stewart. Both openers are gone. The West Indies now 27 for 2.
Your batsman is Carl Hooper, so West Indies, having lost both openers very quickly, really has been quite an extraordinary start.
Characteristic from Carl Hooper. He's always been one of the best players on the offside when hitting the ball in the air. Well, we can just keep saying it. This is one of the great improvisers, one of the great players the game has seen. Oh, another cracking stroke, just a touch of width, and Lara cashing in. Exquisite timing, almost as if the ball was drawn into the middle of the bat. Fetch that. Hit with enormous power. No slip, just been taken away. The change in the field because of the stroke before that went for 4 means that Lara has a vacant area and he's very strong. There was edge in that, but it was deliberate in that area. 57 for 2. Incredible ease with which Carl Hooper does everything on a cricket field was on show there.
Hooper facing his teammate, Matthew Fleming. Slower ball. And just wide of cover. It's 4 more. Robert Croft, the fielder.
This would have to have been a very, very good catch. Diving to his left, just about perhaps getting his fingers to it, but a difficult chance.
Milestone for Carl Hooper. He's got 4,000 runs in one-day international cricket. Only the 6th West Indian to achieve that run. Four more. But exquisitely played by Brian Lara. Fine sweep off a medium pace bowler. And West Indies are up to 111 for 2. I think that might have been a chance. Difficult one. Good over from Elam. West Indies 115 for 2. Hooper goes straight down the ground. And he's gone. Caught by Dean Headley, who made good ground to his right. England have worked hard there. tied Hooper and Lara down for a couple of overs, and Hooper's gone.
But it's a bit harder to hit over the top once the man is out and long off. You have got to hit it very hard and very far. He didn't hit it far enough. Carl Hooper, Dean Headley taking the catch. West Indies now 115 for 3. West Indies not in a very healthy position at the moment, and it could have been worse. Brian Lara was the man on strike in the previous over. Alex Stewart just failing to hold on to that.
Pulled from Lara, and compromising stroke from the West Indies captain takes him to 50.
Good 50 from Brian Lara, but you can see it in his face. He's obviously not very happy. He knows it's a very difficult task to win this game from here.
Chanderpaul on strike now for his first ball. It's got to be close. Got to be close. Well, Basil Morgan says not out. West Indies are 124 for 3.
It seems as if Basil Morgan was telling Matt Fleming that it pitched outside leg. Well, it's pretty close. Very close to pitching on leg.
Catch it! Over the top from Chanderpaul. Not middled. But it's come for 4.
That's a huge hit. That is up on the scoreboard. I've watched cricket here for, I reckon, 30, 35 years. I can't remember a ball hitting that high on the scoreboard.
Brian Lara not missing out on that one, and that goes a long way.
Not a day to be a bowler.
No, that's the way it should be, I think. Tony, I always feel that the batsman should have the advantage in one-day cricket. Very fine.
Very
shot.
delicate. Outfield is fast, very fast. Just a nudge from the off spinner. Not a day to be a bowler, as I said.
Just makes it look so easy, doesn't it, Brian Lara? Just rocks back. Just races away.
Top edge, easy catch, Chanderpaul goes. So Robert Croft, in his very first over, gets the wicket of Chanderpaul. West Indies lose another one, and in spite of the scoring rate being about 7 and over, they're losing wickets as well. That's gone, just pitching inside the boundary. Umpire Basil Morgan will ask for the television replay. Might just have carried.
The fielder is signalling 6. Graham Hick was probably the closest to it, and it was a 6 by a couple of inches.
So that West Indies worm beginning just to decline a bit. That'll help it on. Bad delivery down the leg side by Hollyoak, and Simmons takes advantage of it.
It's a good hit from Simmons. There's no fielder down long on, and he just dragged it a touch. He sort of set himself up to hit it straight, and then just punched the bottom hand in. Bowled in. Adam Hollyoak's done it. That's the length that we were talking about. Simmons hitting across the line. He's livid with himself.
Good length again from Hollyoak. Dead straight. I think it's just hurried through on Simmons, who plays an ungainly shot across the line that causes his downfall. Well bowled, England's captain. Simmons has gone for 18, and the West Indies have won 87 for 5.
Junior Murray, the new batsman for the West Indies, he's come out with a runner. Carl Hooper is the man who's going to do the job for him. Never really see Lara struggle. It's just a touch short from Holyoake, and it's about 6 yards over the fence for Lara. Lara goes again. This time it's just 4, but it's a real problem for Adam Holyoake. His natural length is being hammered. 100. This is a wonderful batsman at the peak of his power, and he's entertained this enormous crowd at the Kensington Oval quite richly here today. Oh, that must be gone. Not a clever run. Lara's given himself out.
Ben Holyoake's the fielder. I don't think Lara's going to be close here. Well, you can see that the stumps are broken by Stewart's gloves, and Lara is way short.
Well, Lara's given himself run out, whether or not the red light has shown. It's a dismal end, really, to what has been a marvellous innings, an innings that's getting him a standing ovation, and ought to really have gone on to win the West Indies the match. It hasn't. He's gone for 110. It's now 219 for 6.
Brian Lara, as he makes his way to the middle. .77 for 1, and that's the sort of tempo of wicket-taking that England must expect until they get lower down the order.
That's a good stroke. Once again, a bit too short.
Yes, he's such a clever player, Brian Lara. He threatens to come forward here, look, the front foot, but then he's so quick to rock back.
Well, you've got a chance with him if you're pitching it into the footholds outside off stump. But you don't have much chance if it's short. Not much doubt about that. As it was halfway down the pitch, it had 4 written all over it. A wide half volley.
Yes, he was, but didn't he play it so well? I think he just sees the ball so quickly.
That's very delicate, and 4.
Brian Lara immediately onto the back foot. This pitch has not really got a lot of pace, and he recognizes immediately that he could play that on the back foot, even though it was not so short. Just guiding it through the backward. Maybe where the third slip would have been for 4.
And repeating the dose. Just adapting the shot to the needs of the delivery. Allowed in at any age here at Trent Bridge. Just stand and deliver. Already there's a case for Michael Atherton deciding that he's going to need an in-out field, the sort that keeps the odd close catcher there, but also prevents the boundaries flowing as they are at the moment for Brian Lara. Not only has he that happy knack of keeping the strike, has that happy knack of finding the gaps. Well, he's going to get 4 more for it. It bounced a foot in front of Gully.
Well, Angus Fraser continuing to bowl wide, just with 1 slip and 1 gully. Well, 1 slip and 2 gullies. 1 gully pretty fine and 1 very wide, inducing Lara to play into that area, but he's been so much in control. It'll be very difficult to get him out in this circumstances. I think you need to be bowling straighter.
Well, that's just guided away. It takes Brian Lara to 50 in what seems nothing more than the blink of an eyelid. And wherever Michael Atherton has put fielders, Brian Lara has completely ignored them, has found the gaps. That's his 10th boundary in 51 runs.
Well, Craig White is an all-rounder, very lively medium pace, and I think these conditions would be
frustrating for the bowlers, but they just need to come to terms with it. The timing is so wonderful. Oh, that's a very fine shot. And what a fast outfield it is. Not just playing the shot, but having the wonderful timing and the good sense to play it late and fine. One run. And that is the 100 partnership. First wicket fell at 77.
Richie Illingworth, who's bowled basically non-stop with only lunch in between, is now being replaced by Craig White.
What a glorious shot. Full stretch, full face. And a big shout there.
Watkinson bowling around the wicket. I think this was very close from the umpire's point of view. Suppose the batsman correcting the fieldsman would have thought he's playing no shot, he's padding out. The bat is just behind the pad.
More shouting.
Again, another shout. This one clearly outside off stump, and hardly likely that that would have hit the off stump since it would have been turning away from the left-hander.
That's flashed away. And it's not a contest. Yes, Craig White giving Brian Lara too much room just outside our stump there. And Brian Lara, the first on either side to 500 runs in the series. West Indies 203 for 1. And all Brian Lara's teammates assembling out on the balcony in anticipation of a wonderful 100. That's it. It's a wonderful 100 for Brian Lara. It has been a superb exhibition of high-quality batting.
Oh, beautiful shot. Finds the gap. Michael Atherton's in there at a short extra cover, hoping for a chance to catch Lara, but that's all along the ground, perfectly placed.
Sure. That's a lovely stroke from Lara. Watkinson's back on at the Radcliffe Road end. Beautiful stroke off his toes. Just wide of the man. It slipped for 4 more. Don't bowl short. Bowl short to Lara, and he'll thrash your way between forward point and third man. No trouble at all.
Brian Lara seems to be playing in fours these days. In recent times, it's either one ball that's beat him or seemed to have beat him, and the next one, 4 runs. The West Indies now at 300 for 3. Brian Lara 133 out of those 300.
Full stop, full toss and 4. Lightning fast outfield. Lara's made the bulk of his runs with 4s. And he's now being severe on Watkinson. Lovely stroke, but you simply can't give Lara, anyone for that matter, scope to play strokes off the back foot.
That's going to find the gap yet again and take Brian Lara past the 150 mark. For the 3rd time today, acknowledging the applause of the crowd and his West Indies colleagues. Well, they've gone up for the catch. Brian Lara's out. The ploy has worked. Disappointment for Brian Lara and for this capacity crowd at Trent Bridge. England trying their own up-to-the-date version of leg theory. It was just a thin little help round to Jack Russell that was enough. England had set the trap, as it were, with a leg side field, but I don't think even Dominic Cork expected it to come quite in that fashion.
Well, there was an element of luck in it to get him out this way, but give some credit to England because at least they set 2 men back for their hook.
Brian Lara comes to the crease at 1 for 23, 6.3 overs bowled. All the West Indian batsmen have been told by the swing this morning. There's some crowd cover. He's 250th one-day international for Brian Lara. Got a big job to do here. They must win today, the West Indies. It's a good pitch. There's some movement about because of the crowd cover. There he goes again. They're through past the keeper, and dear oh dear, that'll be 4 byes. Wides. It's 5.
It really took off. There's the ball at the crease. You can see the lacquer cracking. And as soon as that lacquer goes, then the ball doesn't do as much as it's doing right now. This one really took off. Rana's got a nice change of pace. He really bends the back and lets it rip. Cameron Akmal not even ready for that one. Untidy and high.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled right through him. Jumping across again. This ball may be moving back from off to leg. Very good delivery. 137 Ks, very good line.
And again, Brian Lara feels his left wrist. See, the left wrist comes off the bat. So Gale get a beauty to be bowled. Lara gets away with that one.
Square. Lara off the mark. It's down to fine leg for single. Once he's away, he's almost unstoppable, Brian Lara.
That'll get away to the boundary. So there's been absolutely no luck at all for Pakistan. West Indies surviving a few awkward moments.
That was nicely bowled by Azam Mahmood. I believe that Inzamam is a little bit on defensive mode because I think that there should be another slip in.
That's nicely into the gap.
Nicely timed at this occasion. Seems like that Pakistan has gone a little bit on a back foot, which I personally feel is not a very good idea. I think they should attack a little bit more at this occasion because until Brian Lara is there, he is definitely going to find his form sooner or later. It's nicely played.
He's now on 22 from 46 balls faced. He's scoring about 50 runs per 100 balls, which is slowish for him, but not a concern. He's only hit 1 boundary in 46 deliveries, and that's very un-Brian Lara-like. Excellent man of piercing the field, finding the gaps and hitting boundaries. Today the timing's not quite there.
Another single.
No! Oh, hits the stumps on this occasion. Brian Lara did well. He's going to have a look. The thing I liked about Brian Lara, he heard the call from Shivnarine Chanderpaul and went straight away. And had he hesitated at all, he'd been in more trouble than he is at the moment. He's home very comfortably. He's almost back behind the stumps because he responded straight away to a call from his partner. Good running.
Very important that you trust your partner. If your partner calls and you're going to be taking the time to stop, to look, to see exactly where the ball is, and then run, you usually get yourself in a bit of bother. What was a big positive for Brian Lara there as well is that the ball passed behind him when hitting the stumps.
Fumble. 2 for 135.
Here's it away.
It's a ground full of character. Carnival atmosphere at the big matches here at the Adelaide Oval. Those 10 tops reflect that as well. Grassy hills.
Thrashes that one. That will be forward. That's the best shot he's played. Really got hold of that. There's a bit of width there from Razak, and the great batsman put it away. Good afternoon, Waco, as he goes on to 50.
Good afternoon, Bill. Good afternoon, everybody. That's a beautiful shot. Well, this partnership is getting really dangerous with Pakistan right now. It's 102 of 135 balls. And Lara is just cutting loose a little bit.
Big back lift there, and this time holding onto the bat with both hands. That's well run. Brian Lara has pushed Chandapur right from the start. They're getting sloppy, the poor old keeper copping one on the shin. The VB series, and the great players finding his touch. Pick up 2 more. Very nice late cut on that occasion. Not with the power of the previous boundary, but waited and just cut the ball beautifully. It's Thomas to charge. 1 hand off the bat. They take a single. 34 overs gone. 2 for 163. Razak 10 overs. No wicket for 41. This time Lara gets it fine. Not off the meat of the bat. Brian Lara has been very impressive with his running between the wickets. Another fumble. It's kindergarten stuff here at the 35 over stage. They really need to keep the pressure on. West Indies trying to lift the run rate. It's 4.85, and really this is not on.
With this sort of fielding, you're giving the game away. This is the time to control this run rate and take wickets also. But Pakistan fielders have been very sloppy on the field.
It's well bowled. That's a good length to Brian Lara, just on off stump. Well, only Brian Lara can do that. Got well inside the line of the ball, just helped it on its way. A boundary, a much needed one as well. 2 for 177. Lara goes bang over point. Bit of luck. Another 4. Almost half a chance. 15 off this over so far.
Both these batsmen struggled early on. Now they're finding the gaps, finding the meat of the bat now. And this was beautifully played by Brian Lara. Just angled the bat. Deliberately played over the top. This over is very costly.
Oh, there he goes again. What a shot. Magnificent stroke over long off. 19 off the over, 40 gone. 2 for 217.
And West Indies will be in a very much driving seat. Lara is just confusing the bowler now. He's just moving in his crease a lot, just to confuse a bit of length of Afridi. That's the last ball.
Chandapol again, the chip shot down the ground. And very good running from Brian Lara, is it? Yes, he's home. Direct hit was needed, but Lara has been very positive between the wickets right from the first ball. Struggled with the bat, but his running has been superb. Took the fieldsman on and won.
Have a look at that. Brian Lara was... Oh, it was just while he was throwing, he took off. That's beautiful running and a very sloppy fielding.
Lara's gone. Is he out? It's a six. It's a big one. Over cover point it goes. The man at deep point thought he had a chance for about 1 second. They're turning it on, the West Indies.
What a hit. That was beautifully timed. Gave himself a little bit of room right in the slot. Went about 5 rows back. Oh, dropped it.
In a bit of pain, Brian Lara, with his injured wrist, but that's certainly well hit. Bang again. This time they'll pick up 2. With the pressure squarely on the shoulders of the bowlers and the fieldsmen here. See what one-day cricket's all about. Can you shut them down in the final 10 overs? Can you get the wickets you need?
Bowlers do need to change the pace. Otherwise, the form in Brian Lara is now, he's going to hit all over the park. You've got to keep changing the pace, bowl some Yorkers.
Oh, there he goes again. Well, long boundary, 1 or 2 bounces over the rope. You could see him free his arms. The great player went bang. The crowd loving it.
This length is not going to help at all. Brian Lara looking for the ball to just pitch. This was just a half volley. Especially in the last over, you cannot afford to bowl in this length. And this was beautifully hit by Brian Lara.
Too much width, that was the problem. Just went slightly to the onside. "12 off the over so far. Innsman bringing up fine leg. Brian Lara falling for the helmet. He's on 92. Chandapol's on 82. He's gone for the fine leg. Man brought up inside the circle. It may not be his best innings of his career. It might be the most important one as far as the West Indies are concerned if they're going to make the VB finals. 81 balls to get to 50.
Brian Lara on 92. Normally Brian Lara hit a lot more boundaries than this in his 90s. He's moving in his crease very well now. He's just trying to upset the length, trying to get that ball to the fine leg.
It was almost a wide, and he's put it away, and he's looking for 2. Back he comes. 42 gone. 2 for 239.
That's a century to Brian Lara, his 19th in one-day international cricket.
Well, I don't think you'll mark it down as his best 100 of those 19. It's an extremely important one for his side. Started off, well, he was having trouble with his left wrist. He was hit by a ball from Jason Gillespie right back in VB Series Game 1. And that's been worrying him right from the start of this innings. The second half of his innings, he really has blossomed. 6 over point. He's now hit the boundary 7 times. Couldn't find it at all early on. He's hung in there and made a good 100. 100 his country desperately needed.
Oh, beautiful shot. Fine leg up. Guaranteed boundary.
Well, that's just superb batting. Talking about his left hand, one thing that he can do, Brian Lara, is use the bowler's pace, and that's what he did on this occasion. It doesn't hurt his wrist at all to do that sort of shot. With the fine leg up, it's maximum reward. Superb batting.
That's smacked. That's cleared the rope. Tremendous shot. He was lucky to reach it.
That's a one-handed 6 over point. I'm sure he's even used his left hand on this shot, Brian Lara. Charged Mahmood, who threw it wide. First, I'm not sure how he reached it, then got out the middle. Yeah, that's a one-hander. A 6.
Virtually needed to reach that far. He can only hang on with one hand. He's cleared cover.
Well, I don't know about cleared cover. He's hit that one through cover. Hit it just about as hard as the 6. This is the 6 again. Hand off the bat, beautifully timed. Smacked into the fence on the full. Next one went right through cover's hands before he could get them together.
Lara will retain the strike. It's 3 for 276. Beats the keeper.
It's been that sort of day, Pakistan. Haven't done themselves a lot of favours, but they haven't had a lot of luck either. So a number of edges like this, particularly Brian Lara early in his innings. Ball flying through first slip, racing away to the boundary. Now Brian Lara has 122, 128. He really has picked up his scoring rate astonishingly since getting to about 50. Made his first 50 from 81 balls.
It's now his highest one-day international score in Australia. No ball called. Now Fieldson's got to get up and run after it. Make that 5 with the no ball.
Well, the score is going to be a problem for Pakistan. They may not get the 50 overs to chase the score down either. A lovely piece of improvisation.
Well, Lara has smacked that for 6 over cover.
That's his third 6. Like his second one, it went like a rocket over the fence. It almost took out some youngster there. I think he was trying to catch that. Oof, that was dangerous. Went flat, hard, quickly. Young man there dived away to his right. He was beaten by pace.
Smacking everything, Lara, whether it's in reach or not. This is a brilliant exhibition after a real struggle for his first 50.
This was the 6. Beautifully struck. Over the fieldsman, over the youngster on the fence. And then the 4 afterwards. It's generally where he likes them. He likes them just wide of off stump so he can slice them away through point. They come off the middle as they often do. They're particularly tough to stop in the deep.
For 299. Lead-off has a chance. Oh, and he's dropped it. And that just sums up the fielding. Not only dropped it, but let it go for 4.
Rao Iftikhar is the fieldsman down at long off. There's no doubt this should have been caught. One hand again taken off the bat. It's not spinning that much either, or sliding away from the fieldsman who just misjudged it. Needed to go back a little bit more, and even then, still should have caught it.
He won't get a chance at this one. It's gone.
Oh, wow. That is a huge 6. I'm sure Azam Mahmood's not enjoying it, but the crowd is. This was massive. That is probably the longest boundary here at the Adelaide Oval, or certainly one of the longest. Backed away, giving himself some room. Found it.
Well, there's the 150 for Brian Lara. The last 100 has been exceptional.
Everyone at the ground on their feet, as they should be. What entertainment for them. 50 off 81 balls. His next 100 runs off 55. 12 fours, 4 sixes. Brilliant.
Long on. Now he's cleared him. The 350's looking a chance at the moment. The way Lara's playing, it's 3 for 318. Gone. The end of a brilliant innings from Brian Lara. 12 fours and 5 sixes in making 156. And he's going to get a standing ovation at Adelaide Oval.
Well, he's given his country every chance now in this match. He's turned a total of what looked to be around about 250 into something near 350. 156 for Brian Lara. Brilliantly played. 4 for 327.